Today on the table, I've got myself a HP x360 convertible, 14-inch screen. This one's a full flip-around laptop that currently has a single crack on the screen, rendering the touch panel very unreliable. It constantly clicks in the one location, and that leaves us with two options. You could open it up and disconnect the digitizer, which was that little board that you just saw just then, or you can do a full screen replacement. In this particular video, I'm going to be opening it up and replacing the whole panel itself with this one. So to begin with, what I'm going to get is a soft pry tool, or not a soft, a metal pry tool, and I'm just going to work my way around the edges. You could probably start in the top left-hand corner rather than the bottom left-hand corner, mainly because the bottom section where the HP logo is, that slides down and under. So there's no point prying at that location. You're better off prying up the top. And once you work your way through the majority of it, you should be able to lift out the screen from there. So I'll just speed this up, but you get the idea of it. The screen's folded down. You should be able to use hopefully a pair of tweezers. First of all, you want to compare the LCD connector and just the placement of everything to make sure it's all okay. And then from there, I'm going to use a pair of tweezers just to pry up the material covering the LCD connector. Then underneath that, there's also a bit of plastic that locks it down. And once you lift that up, you should be able to disconnect the cable. So from there, you're going to have to disconnect the two flex cables which connect onto the touch panel daughter board. And you should be able to pry the bit of plastic up, flip the connector up, pry the bit of plastic up, flip the white connector up, and you should be able to slide it back. And you're also going to want to remove this bit of material. There's 3 pieces in total you're going to need to remove. And then you're also going to need to fold the daughter board forwards or lift it up to undo the cable underneath it. So you'll see that in just a second. So as I've pried that up, got to keep removing this material to get it out of the way. And then from there, I can lift up the digitizer flex cable. It does take a little bit of work, but it's routed pretty easily. And then from there, I can remove the old screen and then start working on the new screen. Now, one thing I would also recommend here prior to putting it down is with the digitizer daughter board, make sure that you can fold that up prior to putting it down. So right now I've got it laid down. I should have lifted that up prior to connecting the LCD connector on. Just makes work a bit easier when you go to route the digitizer cable back through the screen. But anyway, I'll let the video play out for a little bit longer, and I'll give you some pointers after this on how to reinstall the LCD digitizer panel. package here, what I've done is tried to put or fit in the bottom section of the screen. That should slot in. Now you want to make sure it's even and smack bang in the center, or else you will have dramas later on and potentially damage the screen. So it does take a few tries for me to actually line that up. Once it's in there, you should be able to push it down just a little bit. There we go, that seems to be in there. And now what I'm going to do from here is just give it a quick test prior to fully reinstalling it. I did skip the video there, mainly so you don't see the customer's information, but the touch panel was functioning as it should. Now I'm working my way to fully install this screen. You should feel a noticeable click as you work your way around the screen, pushing it down. Start at the very bottom, and I did kind of skip it to the top just to get a look, make sure it's centered. Now you've got to be really careful on the corners here. You do run the risk of breaking the touch panel. Depending on the manufacturer, it might be very thin and prone to cracking. But I'm just working my way around it, and so far so good. So overall, pretty happy with this reinstall of the new touch panel on this machine. So I'm going to catch you from here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.